Alright, so today we're going to look at how to actually open up a TD Ameritrade account online. If you've never opened up an online brokerage account, it can be a little bit confusing, or you may just want to be able to see some of the information that you need to actually be able to sign up for an account. So first things first, we're going to go to tdameritrade.com and we're going to click on this open new account button at the top. Now I will say, if you're looking for a video on how to actually buy a stock on TD Ameritrade, this is just going to be walking through the sign up process. We do have another video on how to buy a stock on this channel, and I will link that down below in the description, as well as up near the little eye icon at the top. This first page that we come across is going to tell you all of the different account types that you can open. And as you can see, there are quite a few of them. So some of you have been commenting on other videos that you aren't sure what account type you should be opening or which one would be the best for you. And this is where they have this nice little quiz that you can take that will actually recommend accounts to you. So we're going to click on this not sure, find an account button. And we're going to go through this little quiz to see what types of accounts they recommend to us. So the first one that I'll do is just say, I don't know, I'd like to save for my retirement, and I want a portfolio that's managed for me. So it's going to recommend a couple of different portfolios, and you can select these buttons to go and read more about what those actually entail. But for this, we're just going to go with trade stocks, and we want to select our own investments, and it is just for me. And so it's recommending an individual brokerage account. So we can just click this button right here to start the application process, or if we go back, or scroll down rather, to the rest of the page where all of the account types are, if you already know what account type you need, you don't have to take that quiz. You can just select it from this list on the left. So I'm just going to select individual brokerage, and we are going to start the application process. Okay, so this first page is going to be where they ask for all of your basic information. This is going to be pretty similar to what a bank would need to be able to open up a bank account for you, except with a brokerage account, they are going to ask questions like your net worth. They're going to ask for employment information, and that's just to prevent fraud and to actually match up your identity with your tax records and things like that. So, first question that may be confusing is, do you already have a TD Ameritrade or paper money account? So if you already have a TD Ameritrade account and you're just trying to open up another account, you can log in and go through a different process for that. But this paper money account that they're talking about is if you use Thinkorswim without a funded TD Ameritrade account, you can log in and go through that process through that account. We're just going to select no for that. And then we're going to enter name, email, address, phone number, and then agree to the privacy statement. But I'm just going to go through and enter fake information so that you can see what the next pages look like. And then you would read the privacy statement and agree to the privacy statement. And I do want to point out also, if you don't want to finish filling out this application online, you can actually click this download an application instead button, and then it will give you the option to either have it emailed to you, to have it physically mailed to you. So there are a few different options if you don't actually want to go through the online process. But we are going to continue with that. So we're just going to press this button, and it's going to tell us that the fake address that we entered is wrong. So if this actually comes up on your real address, do check it and make sure that it is accurate, and we're going to press continue. So this page is going to ask for your birthday, citizenship, social security number, and then it will also ask for employment information. So we're going to go ahead and start filling this out. And for employment status, you can see that there are several options. So just pick whichever one is most accurate for you. So we're just going to say employed. All right, so these 2 questions at the bottom are basically to make sure that you do not have access to any insider information, as they would call it. So just to make sure that you are not like affiliated or directly involved in any publicly traded companies. Are you, your spouse, any member of your immediate family living in the same household associated with any of these things? So we're going to say no to this. If that answer is yes for you, obviously click yes. And then, are you, your spouse, or any member of your immediate family a member of the board of directors, 10% shareholder, or a policy-making officer of a publicly traded company? For me, that answer is no. For you, if it's yes, do select yes. And then we're going to continue to financial information. Okay, so this next page is going to be where it asks for more personal information. So your income, net worth, where you're going to be funding your account from. Again, this is mostly to prevent fraud, but if you want to read more about it, I will link this article from the SEC so that you can read through that if you're wondering why they require that information. We're just going to enter, I don't know, we'll choose the middle option for all of these. So your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. So I don't know, we'll just pick something in the middle. And then liquid net worth is going to be the value of your estate if it was all liquidated, meaning like immediately sold and converted to cash, what your net worth would be. I don't know, we'll choose that. And of course, make sure that those are actually like accurate, since this is not actually an account that I'm opening up. I'm just choosing something random. Now, source of funds for your initial deposit. This is likely from your wages, from your savings, but choose whichever option is relevant to you. What is the source of funds for ongoing deposits? So basically, how are you going to continue to put money in your account? Where is that money coming from? So we'll just say employment wages. Now this part is important if you do plan on trading options or doing anything outside of just like stocks and ETFs. So if you do think that you are going to trade options or futures or Forex now or in the future, you will want to go ahead and click that option. So this last question, where do you want your cash held when it's not invested? There are 2 options. You can, so first of all, this is for the extra cash that you have in your account. So if you deposit $100 and you buy a stock that's $90, you basically have $10 that's just sitting there that's not actually being used in your portfolio. So this is asking, what do you want to happen with that? Do you want it to just be held in the brokerage account, or do you want it to be held across their banks? And if you read the little asterisk at the bottom, it says cash is held at 1 or more banks. 2 of the banks are TD Bank and TD Bank USA. So if you want more information on that, you can Google it. You can find it elsewhere on the TD Ameritrade site. But there has been some confusion in the comments on other videos about FDIC and SIPC. So FDIC is for banks, right? SIPC is for brokerage accounts. And that is just a type of insurance, really, where if the bank or brokerage account just completely fails for some reason, you are insured up to a certain amount. So I will leave links again to government sites. So FDIC.gov, I'll leave a link in the description to their FAQ page, as well as SIPC, so that you can read about those and decide where you want your cash held. So we're just going to select that. And then if you have an offer code, so if you have some sort of sign up bonus or a referral from someone, this is where you would enter that, and then you would press submit, it would apply it, and then we can go ahead and continue to review the information. And again, if you want more information on this, there's also this little document right there, so you can read more about it there. And you can also see the interest rates, and I will actually click on this so that you can see. And this is going to give you margin rates. It's going to give you the interest rates on if you do choose to have like the cash sweep in the bank accounts. And that is basically all for that. So we're going to go back to our application and we're going to go ahead and finish this up. So this is where you would review all of your information. Do make sure that it is all correct, because if it isn't, if they aren't able to match it up with your previous taxpayer information or just the public information about you, then you will have to go through an extra like identity verification thing, which it will prompt me for it at the end of this video, because this isn't actually real information. So after we make sure that this is all correct, we're going to press continue. And here's the page. We're unable to verify your identity. Cool. So we're just going to select use. This is where all of the important documents that you need are. This handbook, I think it's like 15 pages, 14 pages, okay, but this actually has some pretty useful information in it, so if you are ever looking for more information about your account, that is where you find it. So this button, if you want physical things mailed to you, you'll need to uncheck that. But if you want them emailed to you instead, you click the box. So then we're going to read through this, agree this has to do with paying taxes, if you have any backup withholding, all that fun tax stuff. So you would make sure that the information is accurate, and then you would need to agree to their client agreement, which you can open up and read through. And once you do, you would select agree and continue. And then it will give you an account number as well as the information that you need to actually send your application if you had identity verification problems. And this can also happen. You can also get this page even if the information that you entered was accurate. So for example, like for me, when I was in college, I opened up my account, and so there was confusion on like if I was supposed to be classified as a student, was I employed, was I self-employed? So they couldn't really match up that information. If you've never filed a tax return, like if you are just out of high school or out of college and you've never had a job, that may be another situation where you get this screen to submit extra identity verification. So yeah, those are just a few scenarios. But if you do ever have any problems or questions, do contact them directly. Don't ask for help from random people on the internet. If you need help setting up your account, you contact TD Ameritrade directly and have them walk you through it. And again, that would be that lovely little support button at the bottom, and you can just click that and it will call them for you. So that is all. If you have any suggestions for the next type of video that you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.